Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Republic of Amalfi series here on the Lord Master channel, in which those last couple of years in the life of Doge Lambert, despite his youth, and he's been ruling since he was, 12 years old, yes, 12 years old. And, although his childhood was, oh god, questionable, but a great deal of the time was spent in seclusion due to rampant diseases and all that, including some still lingering around, such as that camp fever. Which the camp fever started in Gravina, and it's been around for a while, so it could grow further and further. Gravina, that is, here, mountain country. And yeah, there's been some depopulations of recent diseases, but we haven't seen any depopulation within the Republic. Including here. And just recently, I just thought of a new idea, a new plan, regarding taking trade posts, which again, yes, we're falling behind, and they keep themselves prosperous by owning very good trade posts. But I am never, ever in a mood to create newer trade posts. Because some of that is due to already taken over by others, and some is due to, one would think, stiff competition from other republics like Genoa. And Ragusa especially. We even fought against Ragusa. And don't forget them too. And of course, I cannot fight against Umbria. Because if you want to fight against them, you have to fight against the Papacy. But you can't do that now, can't you? Oh, I guess I could do that. Well, for example, has to be a pious person. Oh, anyways. Yeah. Coast is taken. Although we can fight against the Republic of Genoa, they're independent and not as strong, but they could hire mercenaries, but be careful. Genoa's no pushover. Just that little area, really? Mm-mm. Again, intense interests in certain areas. Is there a Catalan culture? Yeah, some. Try not to worry too much about that. So that's partly the reason why I wish to fight to take other people's trade posts. And you can't take those that's been, glitched to be occupied, including those that do not exist. Not a good reason. Hey, this one's undisturbed. Be careful, because you would be going up against Dukla. Well, actually... no, you idiot. That means you first fight them. We have nothing against them. They liberate themselves. It's just the issue is going up against the Republic of Ragusa because they have infinite wealth. Because I don't know what they do. What they do with that kind of money, even though the man still has not have any children. He could go extinct and all that wealth is gonna go away too. And as for him, he's got money too. It's just the coast is just occupied. Actually, I own a trade post. Has that been occupied? No. Oh, Lord. Okay, don't mess with them. Despite the fact that it's called Empire or that, but it's Kingdom tier, but they're currently fighting in a holy war. They're allied to some... It's allied to Armenia. Well, crud. Huh. Sounds like you're gonna need the Latin Empire's help. But they're busy. Umbria. But anyways, after we've done all this looking... Hey! There's no trade post here. Religious unrest and holy wars. Yeah, it does reduce the tax modifier. How much? Half. Well, there you go. There is a place to hold a trade post, but there's no trade zone, so that's not worth taking. But it is for this one. And Tripoli as well. I mean, after all, it's Trans-Saharan trade route. You got Alexandria, but having a trade post in Tripoli, but it's owned by the Constantinos. You know, those guys. And it's always people with a high intrigue. I don't know, I hope you all die of scurvy. I mean, scurvy. God dang it, consumption. Anyways, we wasted enough time here. So, I'll say this fine. I'll build one trade post here. It's not going to be that valuable, though. But every little bit of income helps. Who has a trade post in Tunis? Porcarios. There's even places further away from here. But that's owned by Genoa. This is owned by a local emirate under the that emirate, which well, it's at our strength, but if we were to fight to take that trade post, as that's never been occupied in past, then there might be a chance. There's only 15. Yeah, ideas. So let's do more Trade League business as we are in the High Middle Ages period of 1066. Oh, and do not forget that you're also going to be taking part of the Crusade for Egypt, which I'll sign up. I mean, there's going to be monetary reward for this. So I'll join. There's a lot of female members, and not enough male members, so who gets to be the potential Crusader Queen? But if one were to defend a country well, one's gonna have High Marshal. I don't know about you, cousin, because you're frail. Don't mind the others. You married? Never married. Good one. That's a habit with you. You never let women marry. Well, get her married to somebody. Allowed to have a matrilineal marriage, do we? Like, just marry some local, alright? Someone who could help you. I know, how about him? There, now you're officially married. That lustful trade may help, but unfortunately this evens it out. So whether she becomes the Crusader Queen or a Duchess, Um, this will do. So don't start any trade wars. You were plotting for it, but don't start one. And I would love to go to the market to sell these meats, but I've been unable to stop myself from being somewhat excited at the prospect of driving away the infidels from Egypt and restoring peace to those lands. I've not usually felt this inspired as a Christian. Maybe I am changing? Well, hopefully it gets rid of that Craven trait to give me some inspiration. But also bearing in mind, I'm secretly Slavic along with her. That's why we have here trained troops. Our survey of the land points to several locations where a new settlement could be found, one of which happens to be within our domain. The Great Trade is ready to support the new city should you choose to participate in its construction. Let me see. Yeah, there's room, but none here. But if I was running Amalfi itself, I would consider, but I will respectfully decline. Not gonna build another city for myself, or anyone else's for that matter. Although I probably would, but they're expensive. And plus, when you're higher, when you're of a higher rank, especially Guildmaster, the city build cost modifier would be reduced. Alright, a second son. Don't want to name a Cavolis, that name's bad luck. Popo. You know what, get those guys out of here. They're probably hindering the recruitment efforts. How much is that trade post for way over there? What do you mean, how much? They've already been made. I mean, maybe for areas like there, but they aren't as valuable. Plus, there's diseases abroad. Genoa owns that. Really? Nobody owns that? Oh, and it's a Silk Road. There's value in that. Okay, then. But remember, you got till this September, so it's going to be your last thing to spend, so finally, we're going to be making trade posts and we'll be at the max. But I still want to fight wars for a few more of those. Because that's just part of who I am. Given a complex situation, the migrants have organized major raids in the province, sacking and looting settlements as well as local dwellers. It's going to have a tremendous impact on the wealth of Advessa. Oh, I'll attempt peace negotiations. 75 assets. Okay, go to the market and go sell that silk. Shepherds ask for money for a project. They pay you back later in wool cloths. No. Second thought. Here it is. Made that big money back. And since you got so much meat, send in the meat shipment. Maybe one day there'll be caravans visiting here if they want to buy silk or some meat. It's the place to be. Glad we did this. Yeah, let's have a university here. There, back to the way we were. Oh, what's going on up there? No, that's the loot, so the HRE's not in revolt again. Actually, they are. When I walk around town doing my tasks, I often encounter vagrants, and I simply must give them a few coins out of pity. However, their numbers have increased, and I think I made a mistake of it. Could you offer me any advice? Now listen, you're not cherishing your money enough. You gotta be greedy. Greedy is the way if you want to prosper in the Great Trade League. I'm not greedy yet, but I know what it takes. So as I am zealous, I was able to get rid of one of my sins. I forget which. Have I been carousing recently? No. Just invited to carousing. One last carousing before we all go to the Crusade. As the sun sets, my child asks me a bedtime song. Which story comes to mind? Well, let me tell you about the story about the adventures of the apostles. Didn't pick up a skill. Oh, not again. Not again with this. It's that slow fever. And my courtier just got assassinated. That was my scholar. Oh god, no. No, 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 no. Not again. Not again, not again, not again. I know what this is coming. It's a 9% epidemic resistance. I'm trying to build separated wards here. You did what you could. But it's too late. The disease is coming here. As it's gonna turn to April. Watch as a Sarah is gonna get that disease in here. Nope, not yet. Man, I really want to get out of here and go to this crusade. I just have bad luck, that's all. What if I cancel it? Switch the focus. Now listen, you don't have any leadership traits, and you're about to get yourself into combat, so you might as well switch to a war focus. What can I possibly doing, dear Alexandra? I'm not particularly experienced in making people like me, but it cannot be that hard. I'll teach her how to deal with her enemies. Write a long list of suggestions to Alexandra, explaining all the many terrifying ways a good doji deters retreats from his subjects. Hopefully this will work. Alexandra seems to completely miss the point of my prison. For whatever absurd reason, she thinks that her purpose is to scare her. Why would I ever do that? No, sir. Gotta be on a crusade soon. And then trade wars of undisturbed trade posts. Volatile province. The slow fever has not come yet. Where did it start? Where? Started in 1066. Here. This is where it began. Ubrian territory. Embezzle the Doge? You can't do that. As much as he, wow, has all that wealth. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Over the past few months, I was unable to improve my skills. Less the dragon, I feel unfocused despite my efforts. Hope to improve in the future. These days of robbery and excellent escape. So many laughs, so many tense conversations, such a short time. Brings me close to my companions. Feel like good friends already. Alright, my wife's my best friend. Now, I'll ask her for assistance after the Crusade. So we should get together right now. As the trade posts have been built, so that means more sources of income. Get over here. Saved up enough money. Right, we're off to Egypt. Just want to get ahead of them. That's the key. Oh, and also go pick up these guys from Crete. Because, you know, that vassal transfer. Separated wards build, giving us more disease resistance. So 24% epidemics resistance. Now all we need is a chapel and a few other things. Including medical academy, but you gotta build a library first. Criminal burger obligations. No, don't do it. All that. Putting myself in the combat now. They're gonna need you to be a commander alongside with myself. It's a good thing we have a holy warrior with us. That means better damage against religious enemies. And even though I'm craven, but hopefully one day I'll get rid of this and have my moment of bravery. That's what one can hope for. You'll take the center, I'll take the right. I guess you can come with me too. But keep in mind, you're married to my cousin who might become the Queen of Egypt. And you can drop this whole statecraft stuff. Improve relations, because we're about to be at war against the Caliphate for Egypt. And Jerusalem is still held by Christians, thanks to the, the Greeks over there. It's just they never even bothered. Save that. But remember, we'll do more trade league stuff later. It's just the influence has been lowered as of recently. Many more bad trades and inflation. Some degree of inflation. So head to the Nile Delta. Now keep in mind, the land of Egypt spans from Ajdabiyah all the way to over there. So this is going to be big territory. A big Crusader kingdom that we'll see in the future. Not to mention the wealth of the land. It's not active. And apparently was being improved. And as for the lighthouse, there's the trade income. It's active. I'm the owner. And we're gonna get more. Alright, and we're off. In a grand outside, the Pope declares a crusade for Egypt. It was once part of the core Christian lands, and lords from all across the world gathers to fight for the grand war once more. The Egyptian lands has long been under the tyrannic rule of the Mohammedan infidel Caliph al-Muqtafi. With the upcoming Christian onslaught, it is only a matter of time before he will fall. God will grant the mission to send everyone to partake in this righteous war. I'm right, I'm zealous. And maybe I'll get rid of this craven trait once I get into combat, because my combat skill isn't great, because I could be absent-minded, and also I'm of lowered height. But do not worry, I got a handgun. This may help me. We're going to be the first ones here, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Make our landing in Alexandria. I've been having some mild skin issues lately, mainly just some bad acne and rashes. The doctors prescribed me a cream whose main ingredient is ground sulfur. Well, knowing that we're going to get more loot and more trade posts that's been built in other areas may help with the trade income, so... Well, hopefully this works. No, I don't have bad acne. Give you this. I finally stand before the destination of the Crusade. With sword in hand, I'm ready to storm the walls of Alexandria. Although, to be honest, I could have just landed in friendly territory and then make your way up there, but that would be too much like the North African campaign. Now, what do you think about that, huh? Wow, no longer a great republic like they used to. Excellent. Ah! Genoese holy war for Sardinia. He's been captured. So that means Genoa will take Sardinia. That's going to be problematic in future conflicts with Genoa. We should start taking them seriously in the future. Our armies now stand poised to take part in the crusade for the Kingdom of Egypt. I'm a Crusader now, in addition to being a game master. Or you can disband these ships of goods. Again, if we are defeated in battle, we have a place to reinforce to. So there will be no retreat. No matter what happens. Plus, it's for cost-cutting measures that we want to make some money while we're out here. There we go. Trade post built in Neko, which is way over there in the Maghreb. Suta. There'll be more reinforcements coming in soon. Alright, Amalfi itself is here. What is the digital capital of Egypt? Here, Cairo. Of course, Cairo. Oh, the actual Caliphate forces are here. Just took that barony. But it's going to be the Republic of Crete that shall win. Even though we should not only just occupy more, but also win in combat more. Because look at them. They're sending reinforcements this way. Can't even tell what's going on there because my army's not involved in that matter. But they are losing. Allies are losing. We ought to stick together. Just a few more of these, and then we shall have it. But of course, it's going to take a lot more than that. I mean, after all, it's a huge country. This would be our fourth child. Despite that, Alexandria is right now a war zone. Should make a little bit of investments here. Knowing it's going to become more friendly territory soon, and hopefully with prosperity. Actually go over here. Sadly, my beneficiary died. Okay. And my mother has been imprisoned by Duke Aemon, son of Satan. Princess of the Latin Empire. Okay, someone young then. It'll be the one who's quick. Kinswoman, Maria. Let me get you matrimonially married to somebody. Well, you haven't had your luck of your first one, so here. We're winning in occupation, but not in battles. We're not winning the... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no, it's infighting from one to the other. Just this city, and this one, and then we're gonna go engage the enemy. Crusading in Alexandria, so far away from friends and family, is very wearing. I have my fellow commanders I can rely on for some good talks and laughs. We're all here for the same thing. Oh. For the prestige. For the Republic. Isn't there a bard mocking her in Asera? He does not agree with me. He sees no reason why we should be here. Not for prestige, not for the lands or wealth of Mount Corp, and definitely not for the glory of God. And you call yourself a Crusader? He's grievously offended. Despite all the care that I put into her to give, Alexandra claimed that she would have preferred it like limit myself to a simple letter wishing her good health. But regardless, gonna be handsomely rewarded. No much how much percentage of the contributions that we made. Now cut this. Just a few more. Things are gonna get ugly. Needs familiar faces around it. Bags of meats. See that Kiev's joined too. Or they're engaging them far away from here. Wait a minute. If my beneficiary died, does that mean is there a disease here? No, you're just paranoid again. You're always paranoid. You just can't stand it. As we travel to Alexandria, you come across a festival celebrated local populace. It reminds me of some of the harvest festivals home. Other people seem to think this festival is an ordinary feast, and some of the rites clearly have pagan roots. I could lose that zealous trait because, again, I'm not really that much of a zealous person. I'm just here to do the Great Trade League. I came here to do the Crusade, and that's all. I could take that martial hit. So I'll have fun festivities. Plus, it's for the diplomacy. Every little bit of diplomacy is good. And that'll free up some space. Alright, let's go hunt the enemy. It's gonna be a long travel. Anybody's gonna stick with me? Almost everybody is. Plus, there's bigger armies out there. So it would be wise to attack the main force. We have the numbers. Regrets of assimilation. News arrived about the migrants of Earth. It seems they're in the process of being assimilated by the culture and religion problems. Thus the size of the group is getting smaller. Good. No, never name him Corfolis. Hildebrand. A good one. Terrain is key to winning battles. If I focus my studies, I believe I can master the tactics of one type of terrain. Any more options? Well, we don't go out and fight the desert very often. Unless I'm fighting trade wars or the like. Open plains suit my needs best. So it'd be more of a plains fighter. they're gonna want that city back. It seems Apulia will get theirs. I wake up to the voice of what I'm sure to be God after a late night with my men. It only lasted for a second. I was told I should use my resources to continue a righteous crusade and help my allies. Well, you want the stewardship. Maybe I should have not that much to drink. So you gained one trait, but you also got one too many. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You lost temperate and you kept cynical. The opposite of zealous. And look what you've become, young man. No, unremovable Crusade. Volatile province removed. A son born to Estrada, Urso, and an unknown father. Whatever. May God guard my hand, hard steel. I said whatever ways possible. We're trying to chase the enemy. But seems you can't catch them fast enough. We can't let them get together. As we settle down tonight in Algila, a comet passes overhead. Soldiers start talking inside what that might mean. I mean, having that cynical trait, I mean, the church won't like me that much. But there are some benefits, such as the intrigue. Alright, now get back to work, man. Be a taskmaster for the next 2 years, so get that marshal back up to make up for losing Zealous. Through my combat training, I managed to acquire an important proficiency that will shape my fighting style for the future. Situational awareness. Up the martial and the combat skill. This character has the capability to be aware of the tactical challenges around him, prioritizing correctly to the most threatening ones. So there you go, there's a combat skill. You should be good enough to fight any commander that you see out there. My scribes provided me with the latest draft of my book. Upon reading it, I'm not convinced it's moving in the right direction. I could perhaps ask my steward for advice on the matter. If nothing else, he is likely to feel flattered by it. I'd rather not get anyone else involved in this highly personal work, so I'll be stressed. Lowers the combat skill, but I'll get over the stress. Once the crusade is over, go on vacation and all that. Heading down to Siwa. We'll catch him in Siwa finally. They reoccupied that territory. We're gonna get you finally. I want him to come here. Somewhat surprisingly, Otis has announced today that he is marrying a wealthy merchant family in Amalfi. The family has little influence in the Republic. It is quite wealthy. This might explain his willingness to overlook the girl's unique features. I am not surprised. Yeah, not surprised by someone of your like. Well, we're committed to it now. The University of Bologna. In recent years, the necessity for an educated clergy has brought on the creation of a larger, more organized schools. One of which is one of such schools is in Bologna. Has achieved a particular prominence, and students across Italy are flocking to take advantage of its teachings. If only I had the time. That's excellent, actually. Here's the headmaster. Barnabas, the Lombard. So that means we don't have to send our children to the faraway land of China or Algeria to get advanced education. Instead, we can do it right here in Italia. Excellent. Knights Templars battle. Word of an epidemic. We received news of an epidemic in Avalumina. That is in Shaka territory. The information is vague, but the word is that people are dying like flies, and the fear of disease spreading as fast as the affliction itself. Furthermore, the condition is reported irreversible as well as incurable, and the scattered records of the event are worrisome. With no source of evil revealed, people turning to their gods and on each other to protect themselves from contagion. Many call it a new plague. We must prepare. Black Death in Crusader. It started up there. Meanwhile, ooh, very close. We'll head up there. There's only 2 holdings to take. Where's Apulia? Apulia's with us. They just took it for the papacy. Yes, some of them are just departing on their own. I feel somewhere as someone just said something unflattering about me. Huh. I didn't become paranoid. It's the last thing anybody would want. That's paranoia. %. We're not quite tied yet. Can't screw it, assaulted. I need that holding down. Because you need to get to first place. City Bahrain. 1 more. Okay. To Tobruk. Yeah, looks like Apulia will win that here. Oh, we're just very close. Could have had that Crusader Queen, but nope, she'll be a Duchess. Died of pneumonia. As we traveled through Sala, I come across a festival celebrated by local populace. Hey, there's a chance to lose stress here. But you didn't lose it, unfortunately. And the winner... the winner is me! Alright. Now they call him the Sword of God. That's his nickname for taking part of that crusade. Despite the fact that he was craven and a cynic. So that means Queen Maria the Holy now runs the Kingdom of Egypt. Well, not all of Egypt. But they're going to be separated nonetheless. Yeah, definitely separated. We still own that city. Benghazi, yeah, still owned. If that means you around, we could definitely have that trade post, you know, maintained and all that. Especially to whoever runs things here, such as this one. Right. So there you go, Crusader Queen. Now you're part of that bloodline. Alright, just march to Amalfi. Once you're there, disband. So, after a long fought battle for Egypt, it has finally been restored to the faith. Maria Urso has stepped up to the throne as a beneficiary of Crete, becoming the queen of the Crusader state. Surely it will be hard to continue fighting at the fringe of Christendom, but everyone can agree that Queen Maria is the right person for the task. Well, the other one died, so. The Pope requests that the rest of the Christian world would support this new kingdom as the best they can and not let it fall once more to fall to the infidels and heathens. I wish her luck. Really, this merchant republic has been vassalized by them. That spells trouble. Oh, even more troublesome is that Ragusa now expanded into Kotor. And I'd love to establish the presence in Dukla. Her first war, Egyptian War for Cairo. Holy War. Now you have that great reward. No doubt you will be the expected successor soon. In Alexandria, oh, province has been looted to hell. Create a trade post there. Oh, and also more hospital buildings. Should devote more time to building those. There we go. Not all. Doesn't matter. You're just there to take the retinue back home. And for the love of God, don't get scurvy. And you deserve a break. Because you need to get rid of that stress. So go seek some rest. Who's the designated regent? Ah, Mother. Of course. Yes. Not interested. I got so much money, it's like armor. Why do I need an auction? I'm resting. Crazy people. Oh, and also the appointed domain overseer. He'll do. Yeah, not getting much stability right now. I said no. Gee, already? Already? He died a natural death? Grand Cathedral? What? It's been there since 1066. Grand Cathedral. No, no, no. Get rid of that. No, that's not what I wanted. You know what I would want? I mean, a Grand Cathedral sounds nice and everything, with some of its features. I would prefer a Great Harbor, because look at the trade value. Much preferable. Makes more sense. But of course, you need a lot of money for that. Lighthouse, just prestige. Great Harbor, you get the tax, trade value, and all that. Much suitable for a merchant republic country. So we got rid of that cathedral. Apparently, he was so zealous about this whole deal that he thought, well, even before the Crusade was a thought, it's like, let us build a great cathedral in our name. And I'm like, no, take it down. That's too expensive. And I guess I'm possibly the youngest Doge to ever be elected, I think. While meanwhile, I'm just resting. Well, you got all this money now, as you are now the Doge of the Republic of Amalfi, so... Oh. Yeah. Add that. Separated wards, just like what we did back there. Now we gotta put the council together again. It will be him. I guess you, in addition to being a great counselor... If there's any more great counselors, actually, no, yes, maybe, I don't know. Just trying to rest here. I guess you'll be the steward. You'll be the spy master. You'll be the chaplain for now. And just, think! There is no resource in Amalfi. There used to be a steel furnace long ago. Doubt I want to spend my money on that. Even though you clearly just did. What, perhaps I could ask her for assistance or something. But now that you run a republic, that means even more income. Send in the meats and the silk cloths. What have they done to Amalfi? Oh no, that's very good. Fireworks Guild. A manga paper, which I'll have a look at that if there's any changes necessary. Meat shipment and silk shipment, also put that there. Anyways, taking interest rate on loans is considered a grievous sin. Such usury is forbidden amongst both Christians and Jews, but Jews do charge interest when lending money to Christians and pagans. A group of indebted townsmen and peasants petitioned me to order that the Jews cancel their interest on their loans, as they're unable to pay their exorbitant rate. Less pious option. Israelites are like me. Same religion. This is gonna be for 10 years. The interest is being taxed, right? Greedy bastard. Hey. Get that built. No. trade post built in Neknor. Jewish Khazars, you still around? Barely. So I'll say no to that. You almost won. That's all I gotta say about that. Our mission is simple to amass all the world's wealth. While I know that you're a busy man, conquering lovers and land alike, we still expect you to do your share of business for our great trade league. Oh, well, focus there on your own. Tells me to focus on business. You got it. Next month. Speaking of which, you're promoted up to merchant, so you get to have stalls and caravans. Just good to have. What's going on here? Are you fighting one of those silly ass trade wars? Sorrento's certain trade war over Syracuse. Don't break stuff. Whatever you do, don't take that road they call it Hastings Cutoff. Ain't nothing but death and misery for everyone who's traveling. That's an Oregon Trail reference that I just rambled. It just came to me in my head. Like I was programmed to do. Oh, Genoa. Right. I forgot. Genoa's supposed to get Sardinia. I thought they had it. The hell? But nonetheless, I'll definitely take consideration of a construction. Let me look at the other areas of potential. You got your 5 children ambition done. It's what you wanted. Don't name them after me. I've yet to prove my worth. Gundo. I was about to say, what's up with these unusual names that I do not typically see? I am happy to announce that the latest train deal went very well. I was able to make more profits than I expected, as all thanks to your teachings. You did well, but don't forget teaching tax. City Guild Hall is finished in Amalfi. That just adds more trade tax income, I mean. Wow. Did they just become vassalized under? No, he inherited that. It's this way now. It's rebuilding. Hope they politicize Egypt into being Catholic. Alexandra, you're the spy master now. Only because I trust you. Don't let me keep you. Stretching, trying to think. Right. Huh? What is so then? spot that my regent seems given his charitable nature donating alms to the poor for my cause. Worst of all, he's doing it in my name. This is that line right there is supposed to be if I was incapable, like I'm in a coma, but no, I'm resting. So I guess the reason why he spoke like that is probably because, I don't know, he caught him sleeping. She's finished her apprenticeship and has gone over to do her business. Alright, well done. How much soap do I have? 1. You got a bunch of meats. Oh, actually you got 2. Okay. Let's go sell 1 more again. Oh, wait a minute. I'm resting. And I inherited the warehouse. Did I? Let me see. Where's that warehouse? No, you idiot. That's the old version you're thinking of. That son of a beeswax stole my idea. Was gonna build that city here for myself. God dog it. Seems that Constantine is always ahead of things. What was I thinking? Warehouse. Yes. Trader's warehouse. Now let's get a guarded warehouse. So nobody steals anything again. An arsenal, huh? So, a small collection of shipyards now reset around the docks of the Republic's capital. Reasonable. Now nobody can steal the trade goods ever again. Oh my goodness. That man is about to get Monte San Angelo. The country that's been independent for the longest time, and now he's finally gonna fight to get it. And with that, he's gonna likely form a secondary title, Benevento. And Monte San Angelo, that country that's been independent for a long time, but it's fun. Hey, there's Salerno still around. Sure. I can use that money to build a hospital buildings more. Especially this payment. No improvement. To everyone's astonishment, a galley belonging to the Earthspan that was thought lost years ago quietly slipped into port last night. The ship is riddled with arrows and the sails are barely holding together. But against all odds, the captain managed to bring in his cargo. It is quite a story to tell. Better late than never. Ah yes, Rudolph. You go for struggle. This time. Oh yeah, I could decorate my warehouse if I can't sell silk, well, let's use it. There are many options to it. We can use gold to make an impressive golden armor, incense to give it a mysterious feeling, silk to make banners representing various great houses, or light up the office walls of books. Oh my goodness. Murdered by my mother. You still haven't got over your flu? Here it is. Warehouse decorative silk. +1 diplomacy. faction disapproves of peace. Well, they don't want me resting anymore. Oh my god, a Black Death is near. Yipe. That got here sooner. I will use my diplomacy to calm the situation because of my high diplomacy state. It's based on chance, so don't be surprised that you don't get this option in the future with the same character. So they ought to calm down. Mobs of new people are arriving in Heracleon. That's in Crete here. The sad of Crete. Fleeing the plague has reached the Canea, just beyond the borders of our realm. Some have lost their whole families, some are trying to protect theirs, and a few of the travelers or merchants that have easier time ruin all seem to have witnessed indescribable horrors. Hardly will anyone talk about at all. The ones that do talk warn about it as the coming plague urge them to stay inside or pack their things and flee. So now these people who were on that side of Crete went to that side of Crete. Hospitals will be needed. I told you that we've been preparing for this. Yeah. Spreading like wildfire. Maybe I should stop resting. A blessed has passed. Really? He was that good of a man? Well, he was the one that funded the construction of the Grand Chapel, which I discontinued. But anyways, he has lived a pious life, truly following the example of God. He passed on December 19th, 1069. And people long wonder whether he be considered a true Christian or not. A large ceremony is held at Theodotus' honor by the Pope to celebrate the life he lived. A virtuous exemplar of a true Catholic, the Pope will write his name amongst the pious Christians of old. Maybe one day he'll be like Saint Raphael, the healer from a long time ago. Blessed be his name. Yeah, get out of the resting. Wait a minute, you can break the rest, but you can shut the gate at the same time? No way. I can do both. Well, it's an adverse sum now. And you just moved your residence here. So 44% epidemic resistance, but I doubt it'll be enough to stop that. That chapel will be finished, but it'll be 46% disease resistance. You know what? Just in case. Better safe than sorry. And don't open that gate, because if you do, it's gonna have a delay, and they'll be here by then. They'll get you by surprise. Let's build a medical academy for more disease resistance. It hasn't come in yet, but keep in mind, you did a good job at building these hospitals and whatnot. I'm still resting while in seclusion, right? Yes, you're doing both. Okay, you're doing good. Thumbs up. Got target to give it more to the charity. That stupid regent of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. focus on business. This is also a good day for us. Good day to you, Merchant Lambert. This is also a good day for us as your continued focus on trading will only strengthen our organization. We wish you luck in any future trade routes or business you may endeavor. Time to find some business contacts, but not right now, because they're all going to be dropping dead, as you can see them out there in the background. Especially, you know, over there with those pile of bodies there. My rest and retreat did wonders to my mind. Now I feel relaxed and peaceful in the world within myself. Time to return my duties. That's kind of funny for you to say that. Let's amass a fortune. Here, a center of worship? Will God pay for that? No. Yep, disease came to us, sir. What did I tell you? Medical Academy built in Amalfi? Oh god. More migrants to come to us. It was small, now it's back to medium. I guess they just want to get out of there. Huh. And they think it's the place to be. It's prosperous. But it ain't no more. I have inherited a barony. He died of the plague. And this is a title that came from Adversa. Okay. I'll keep it for myself for now. Funny that you said that you'll keep it. 48% epidemics resistance. Pharmacology laboratory for slightly more disease resistance. And my mother finally died of the long battle with the flu. Persia ravaged by the plague. The trade routes of the east have become less traveled as reports of the plague are spreading and the Persian expanse is increasing frequency. Entire villages are gone from the world of the living, or disregarding the wealth and good harvest the era was enjoying. The reality is stark as death continues to spread despair and paves its road. When will it end? Of course, I just love that beautiful woman so much that I just impregnate her time and time again. Yep, the disease has come to Amalfi. What did I tell you? We know it couldn't last forever. See what happens out there? Continues to expand upwards. Oh, Sorrento, really? You know what that means. A new great house has risen to the forefront of Amalfi town politics. Under patrician Ewan of Daforiti. Welcome, newcomer. That means those tribals that used to belong to them are gone now. It was House Morrow. It's become extinct now. Well, there's still female members. Well, actually now it's gone to the Constantius. And then there's her. She is my courtier, but not in seclusion. She might die. And I inherited this army that was in the middle of a war, but I guess you might as well send them home before any one of them gets sick, including that guy who just... Yeah, he dead. Calm down, will ya? And plus, with the death of that patrician, I inherited all of his wealth. So, that seems only fair. One second. What to do with that? Because, you know, with House Morrow now extinct, I'm a bit over the trade post limit. Actually, some I went to the others. It's been distributed. I see. Oh, yeah, Crete. Now I have both the Cretan areas. Yeah, turn that to a trade market. Potential trade post. Yeah, we don't have enough. Actually, we do now. Yeah, not over the trade post limit. You sure? Okay, 1 second there. Okay, there's the area. Way over there in Granada. I don't know what happened to it, but that means you're gonna have to start pleasing, Al-Idrisi. They defeated them. Ah. Okay, what other trade zone that I could build? Any potential trade posts that were formerly from the patrician of that house that now finally went extinct? Not along those coasts anymore. Genoa. Wait, what the? Buddhist. Oh, yeah, he's also the professor, because he's also the owner of that. Okay, I see. Oh, there's potential trade post at Santiago. Go far. Yeah. Thank you. Glad that guy got the, you know, the effects of the plague and all that. I'm really sorry. Let's amass a hoard of wealth. While we wait to do nothing, as everybody all around us is dying out. That guy also dropped dead. He's the Constantinos family. They're gone too. My goodness. So we got a new patrician house. The Galzi. So that means I inherited some of their trade posts. Including Siracusa, Misrata, Gigel, and Illis. Again, it's being distributed. Give me Adverso. One day. Gonna need that back. But I can't do that right now, can we? So, there's 10 living members, but the line belonging to them is gone. And I just inherited their money again. As well as probably some of their technology points as well. That they were saving up for. Might as well. Removes the pagan homeland attrition penalty. If I were to go to any places that are, you know. There you go. Not quite there for full status of women. Almost there. Generations of people are being wiped out. And I just amassed a hoard of wealth. Ha! Stewardship increase. These people didn't prepare for the future. Now, I don't know about 10 children, but Definitely like to improve the combat skill. He was the marshal too. Oh crap, that guy is back. The King of Egypt. Why didn't you leave for Egypt? Don't want him here. Although he can't assassinate me, his intrigue skill's too little, but in that case I'll put you in that charge. Oh, think. You got all this money and the Banate of Kirk. Apulia didn't take it over. They beat him to it. Actually, no. The plague got him. He inherited. So therefore, he didn't get the claim. In fact, who is that? That's not a French. Died of the dreaded plague. Well, he was the last of his kind, too. Now the names are different. They use Greek names now. Including, it's no longer called Amalfi up there. It's Potenza. It's Magna Greece all over again. Anyone else gonna die because I got all this wealth and I don't even know what the hell am I gonna do with that. This is great and effed up at the same time. Oh, let's sponsor to the new University of Bologna. Hope you do well over there. I'll probably do that whenever I'm a guild master. I'm just stumped, actually. What the hell am I gonna do with all that money? Trade hub. A significant trading hub attracts merchants from multiple duchies, trading wares and services that cannot be found anywhere else. Yes, make Amalfi feel like it's the center of trade. Well, meanwhile, the second most important, Alexandria. Build a warehouse. And this other one that also has the important trade route in Necco. Oh, you already less than that. You might as well do the same thing for Sarah, your second home. Seems the Musco and the Polcaril's doing fine. It's just those two families that have been around a long time are gone now. And now I got many of its trade posts. Some of which a bit too much, and they probably have to give away to some. But it depends. Also, you can disband that army. Is that a knight's retinue? Come here. Make yourself at home. Wonder if people in the past had some same sort of desires and thoughts as I do. And I wonder if people in the future will be the same as me. Definitely. At the end of the day, we're all people. She truly has a golden touch. Alexandra's financial aggregate knows no bounds. My ledgers are in perfect order. My tax collectors know exactly how much each peasant, merchant, and noble owes me. Gold flows freely to my coffers thanks to her revolutionary work. Hey, we got somebody talented. And of course, a little too much land, by the way. Should, yeah. There you go. So, yeah. That used to be there. That is also a retinue. Go pick them up. You don't want to let them die of disease now, would you? thought about increasing the retinue size for a while. Minia. Minia. How do you pronounce that name? Arsenal built. What else I could do to improve the city? Oh yeah, a toll booth. Just for more income here locally. Genoa has indeed taken over Sardinia. As the Doge, I'm faced with a proposal by the other influential families to cut down a significant part of the taxes charged to my vassals in order to fuel the economy of the Republic. Also, the increased competitiveness that will hamper my efforts at taxation over my own property, as the other families claim. This behavior only befits the good Doge. Well, I'm not going to fall for that ploy because there's a epidemic out there of the Black Death, which came from Crusade. Too much eating and too little exercise caught up with me. I gained a fat trait. Well, don't eat too much. The food supply is limited, you know. The atmosphere at court has grown tense. As word of the plague raging in Asia Minor has reached me, to further disturb the people, stories circulating. Survivors speak of a cursed ship carrying living corpses come to recruit for her captain of death. And the myth has lent more credibility each time a cold city comes to the epidemic. When will it end? Oh. I'm trying to think of ideas. Got it from me, of course. Well, since I feel bad for you, and then also she doesn't do it for me, so yeah, go ahead. Have fun. It continues to spread. Oh gosh. More. There goes the depopulation. Even in Asera, they just send a pyre over there to throw the bodies into the fire. As you can see what's going on over there as the situation deteriorates. You know, I had plans about building a great harbor. But should I really? Middle East ravaged by the plague. An ominous shadow looms over the regions of the Middle East, as the plagues left little but tragedy in its wake. The reports are scarce, but upon hearing the tales of lone refugees walking the roads, often a sole survivor of the family, the hearts of many is torn as why would God allow this to happen? I should cancel that ambition. I need a look. How is Bosnia-Herzegovina and Croatia not fallen to the epidemic yet? It probably will, sooner than later. Quiet. To help the Republic strive, most neutral families present in the Council suggests to help further the interests in cultural as well as religious matters in our beloved city by donating a paltry amount of personal treasure. Yeah, sure. Okay. It is your duty. Even though I don't know what's going to be left of that republic. I did say it was going to be in a decline. But probably could be the sign of it. We lost two of the oldest patrician families. It's been around for a long time. Eep. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, keep it. Huh. Who in their right mind would want to be still fighting wars out there? There's some improvement. My training is paying off and I mastered a new combat skill with enthusiasm. Look forward to what comes next. Improved physical endurance. First stages of combat apprenticeship. The Pope sent an emissary with a request. The emissary explains that the clergy is very involved in the hospital and the Amalfi's late. As such, a fair compensation is expected to be paid. How much? Oh, 250? Okay. This is will for Jesus. I gotta save those books. Oh, and by the way, I should look at the artifacts that I inherited. Mostly books. Yeah, after those two patrician families have gone, I inherited a bunch of their books. And a bunch of their clutter. Even got a crown. Or have I always had that? Nope, that came from them. Saint's figure bone. Oh no, we've had that. Yeah, mostly books. Lately, found myself worrying about my little daughter, Serena. The last brought up to believing a false god and all are nothing but illusions and all the promises. Perhaps Serena ready to be introduced to the true faith. Well, knowing who your mother is, she'll read her the legends. Hey, want to be Slavic? Oh, Sir Rodolfo's and no, it's different. I summoned Serena to my study where I proceed to read her the legends. At first, Lass was fidgeting in her seat, but my choice pageant was a good one. Soon she hung on my every word, eyes round as the full moon. As I put the tone away, Serena bombarded me with questions. We kept talking for hours. There, she's secretly Slavic. Slavic faith, keep in mind. I'm gonna do that to all my children because of who the mother is. I love her so much that we just think there might be some use of this faith. Maybe one day it could help the Republic. Knowing that I'm in charge now. Safe and sound, no sicknesses. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that, yeah, the monthly income went down because of, one, the trade deteriorated. The population also doesn't pay much. It's ending over there. Well, we know that the Black Death is coming to an end from the east, but it's gonna take a while for it to get here into Italia. But for now, just sit there, keep making what little money is there out to be made. As we now have 1,500 in strength. That's there. Toll booth built. So in Amalfi, we should also build a court. So there's even more tax income. How could people take taxes if they are dead? Pay taxes if they're dead. Anyways, Southern Europe ravaged by the plague. Panic is rising as the plague reaps its victims across Southern Europe. Peasants and nobles alike have gathered in churches to pray for mercy from their god. Even as the great Rome has become littered with corpses, many fear that the taint sent by him as punishment for people's sins. People's sins? We fought for a crusade for Egypt. We liberated Egypt from those, those guys over there. And yet, what we got in return is this? To the world? Except in Bosnia and Croatia. Maybe they were being nice to them. But I might have been too harsh to the courtiers at Amalfi. But the Chancellor, Irokimo's managed to calm them down and like me more, just by giving them half day off. Thank you, but you only did your job. Brave, huh? And despite a bunch of deafened people, oh, the fishing industry's experienced something of a boom. Population of fish has grown dramatically. Well, of course, because many people are dead and are not out fishing. So therefore, there's a fishing boom. Just use your imagination, people. It's possible. It's possible that could happen. Oh, for the love of God, when is this going to end? Because I will end that episode as soon as the Black Death leaves Amalfi. Not talking about the whole Republic, but Amalfi itself. So just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take a while. What about those migrants in Aversa? Are they still alive, even? Let me check. Yeah, they're still around. Just a medium migration. Even though there's a significant depopulation there. Because I don't think we ever built a hospital there, did we? Yep, but it's a level 1 hospital, so yep, anyway, we're gonna die. That's part of my neglect. I'll take the blame for it. Oh, God. Please don't let it be. And you think, Asmon, the Assyrian, the third concludes that the ship does not due to serious illness to pass quite soon. Are you sure? But you say you are the most wise. To draw the illness out of your body, covered me from head to toe in leeches. Good to know. You know what? I don't think any of the courtiers ever gotten sick. We actually closed the gates way before that. We just decided to do it ahead of time. And I guess we're grateful for that. Because I have not seen a single notification. So with the Black Death now dying out, so now it's being replaced by the camp fever. Just a normal disease. Yeah, it's started to, for lack of a better term, burn out. D9! Quit acting like that. I know, you've been in seclusion for many years, and you really are anxious to get back to business in the Great Trade League. Word has gone around that since the epidemic came to Amalfi, we've seen an increase in cats and fish. Our people are sure that the cats are helping to spread the disease. No, the cats are not to blame. Calm down, you maniacs. So, it's finally left Adversa with significant depopulation. My liege, loyal servants and I surely deserve some recognition and awards tonight. It is widely known that you hold huge lands and many titles, and just as you are, perhaps you would consider granting this humble servant the Republic of Crete. What? So you could be a man of 2 republics? This greed does not become you. I like the Republic of Crete title. Even though we don't live in Crete. Yeah, now it's way more reduced here, but it ain't over yet. Significant depopulation in Sarah. Significant depopulation in Amalfi as well. Well, that's just the facts of life. Come on, get out of there. I noticed a drop of that. And half reinforcements. Just need money. Serena Hill. Looks pleasant in the eye. And calmly. It's in my family's blood. And the fishing boom in Asura as well. What did I tell you? So many dead people because they aren't out fishing and the fish are like, yay, and then they get to populate. only for them to get caught. The complaints about the cats will not end. An angry mob is gathered, claiming that cats are the bringers of bad luck and cannot be allowed to roam the streets. For 10 years? Well, my diplomacy ain't what it used to be. I guess I'm just tired. It's just a fatigue. I'm not getting sick. It's just I'm really fatigued, that's all. Cats seem mostly healthy. I'll try my best to explain the cat situation. Oh, a new great house. I didn't get to inherit anything. Oh, the House Ghazi. That one barely got a name. So now you start with no trade posts. It's... oh yes, the trade posts in Granada and Santiago are finished. Should invest in that. It hasn't reached up there yet, so might as well. Trade post. Trade post. Spend big. Go ahead. Don't really care much for her. Just a few more months. Sense of fatigue's been present. It seems to disappear. Now what's gonna have the energy to carry on my duties? Yeah, it's just it was a long time, alright? So I do have the Commune of Sarno. Oh yes, the new city that the Constantinos have built for themselves. But since they died off, this city is mine. Alright. More money for me. And Sorrento also belongs to me. Which they done some good work. But I think it... hold on. After months of chatter about cats, it appears as if common people are now focusing on other things. What a relief. I told you cats are not to blame. If they were to blame, you people are idiots. And that's the reason why a lot of people died. Because they're idiots. They didn't heed the warnings. Because I'm a properly paranoid man. So, we've learned that this Black Death, as it ends here, but I will not open the gates until this disease in Amalfi goes away. And then we shall have a look at the world. Never got a chance. And I am most anxious to get back to work on the Great Trade League. Also buy some caravans. Moscow smugglers. Oh yeah, you're still around. The Polcarios and Moscow survived the epidemic. Only because they live in Crete. And Polcarios survived, Zakania, and the other is Capazzo and Pizzapata. Oh, you live over there. So, guess you had your good reasons why you survived. It's good to know. Now I get to make big fortunes of other places from their other trade posts. Days of the living dead. At first there were only rumors, but now no one can deny the disease ravaging the world. Streets and fields all over my realm lay barren. Some of my subjects have escaped the worst afflicted areas, while many others succumbed and paid the ultimate price. Now new rumors are starting to spread. They say that the dead are rising from the mass graves to walk the earth once more. There have been whispers of these undying corpses attacking the living. So far, nothing's been confirmed, and I've publicly branded the reports as falsehood. However, secretly, I'm not convinced. The terrible rumors did turn out to be true. These are dark days indeed. Oh my god. This is a serene, beautiful country. There used to be rooms of the undead long ago, but I don't want to hear that anymore. You know what I was trying to say, right? Oh, and as soon as I'm out of seclusion, we're going to be sending in those trade goods. Oh, oh, and I also remembered. Where is it? Yes, search the domain for resources. We should send out a survey team. Now that nobody can be bothered. What did I tell you? Ever since the day I was born, I knew I felt that the Republic's in decline. Died of the plague. Yeah, sure, I'll pay 180 gold. Despite a lot of people dead, I mean, we're making very good income now, thanks to the trade posts from other places. Yeah, I'll pay the whole loan. Oh my god! The fishing industry! Fishing boom! Somehow this game reads our mind. Hey, open the gates! Alright, everybody. Go get some fish. Aversa, Acera, and Amalfi suffered significant depopulation. So it will take several years to repopulate back the way it was. So therefore, the levy size and the taxes are gone, but not the trade value. So now, the population of fish in the water surrounding us has increased significantly. More fish for everyone. Those that survive, we eat today. My goodness, my goodness. What else I can do? Oh yeah, the smuggler operation. Oh yeah, I gotta reform these. Gotta change these. The legal status of the paper. Reform the maritime laws. The business focus, everything. We gotta go back to normal. But first, give me 2 caravans. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, 1. What the heck happened? The influence still isn't great. But I'll have the caravan, you know, just in case if they tell me to send it off into some mission somewhere. Oh, don't forget. Send in the meats. If they want to get some Amalfitan fish. And a silk cloths too. Okay, now you can buy that second caravan, you know, for a spare. Oh, I didn't mean to prepare it, but... oh well, just give them lots of funds. And pay some mercenaries. Okay, now we have it prepared. Now get the caravan. The second caravan. For a spare. Thank you. And don't embezzle me. I've been through a lot. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the episode on that note, as we will end it on January of 1076. Well, we survived. And those that didn't, well, they didn't. Would you look at this? Bulgaria has inherited the gate. Well, not all. The Thermogate still remains, but it's separate now. And Bulgaria is not connected to the sea, so that one will be separated too if they're not careful. And it seems that Croatia and Bosnia-Herzegovina did not get involved in the ravages of the plague. While meanwhile in all the other areas, Poland is divided as ever. Same for Czechia. Kiev stands united as they did not suffer the ravages of the plague. Not much. The lands are in revolt, which is to be expected, because they want the titles. Egypt, the Crusader Queen still lives, but is a lunatic right now. Egyptian Dubrovnik and embargo war. Good. Latin Empire inherited this bit. Merchant Republic is no... That's Greek Merchant Republic isn't a force to be reckoned with, but now Genoa, we have to start taking him seriously as a main competitor. As they do have, you know, as they do have the connections. Wait a minute, Holy Roman Empire based on that land? Are they nuts? Yeah. Oh, by the way, Bihar, so what happened to Croatia? Kingdom of Croatia. Now they pay tribute to Bihar. So yes, the Avars survived the epidemic, I think. Actually, no, they never came. After all, they're a nomadic country, so there's hardly any population there. In fact, what is their population? 9,000. Close to 10,000. I see. Man. What a world. That's all I gotta say. What a world. What else do I have in mind? Yeah, a lot of people are against me because we just came out of seclusion right now. So, yeah, we'll stop that episode right here. Because with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to making a lot of money. Perhaps way more money now than we came out of there. Thanks to, you know, especially these silk investments here. And including these new trade posts, despite the Black Death going on over there. But don't worry, things will return to normal. Slowly. And soon, Alexandria will go back to have a normal sized population. It's just a different religion group and culture group is going to be the issue there because of, you know, who's in charge. But they're slowly turning it Catholic. And I just hope that, well, Orthodox, well, that would be an issue. Man, I'm tired. Don't worry, there will be another episode coming soon. It's just, I'm just really, really overwhelmed with this whole thing. And then later in the next episode, no doubt, I will become a guild master. So after all these years that's been wasted on being secluded after seclusion, disease came and went. But we survived. And maybe, hopefully, we could have more children together now that the plague is gone. So, we'll see you in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, as things will slowly return back to normal. But until then, so long for now.